Have you ever woken up in the morning, looked at your calendar, and realized there's nothing on it? No meetings to rush to, no projects to finish, no co-workers counting on you? That empty space that used to feel like freedom can start to feel like something's missing, like maybe you're the one who's no longer needed. I'll never forget when my neighbor, retired school principal Mr. Thompson, confessed to me, "For 40 years, my alarm clock meant something. Now it just reminds me I'm not sure what I'm for anymore." If that resonates with you, I want you to know two things. First, you're not alone. And second, this isn't the end of your purpose. It's the beginning of a whole new chapter where you get to decide what matters. That's why today, we're exploring 5 surprisingly fulfilling hobbies that can help you rediscover that sense of being needed, valued, and excited to start your day. These aren't just time fillers. They're purpose builders that tap into the wisdom and skills you've spent a lifetime developing. Let's start with one that lets you leave a legacy in the most delightful way. 1. Become a memory keeper. Here's a secret. Your stories and experiences are treasures that younger generations are starving for. They just don't always know how to ask. Transforming your memories into something tangible accomplishes 3 powerful things. It validates that your life matters. It creates connections across generations. It exercises your brain in joyful ways. Try this. Start small. Record voice memos of childhood memories on your phone. Get creative. Make a recipe book of family favorites with personal notes. Go high-tech. Use simple apps like Storyworth to turn stories into books. Retired nurse Gloria started writing down her hospital stories just for fun. Now her self-published memoir is used in nursing schools. Turns out my ordinary career was actually a history lesson, she laughs. 2. The second career hobby. That expertise you honed for decades? It's still valuable, just in new ways. The key is shifting from obligation to invitation. Former teachers can tutor at library literacy programs. Accountants might volunteer doing taxes for low-income seniors. Mechanics could teach bicycle repair to neighborhood kids. My friend Carl, a retired electrician, started a YouTube channel showing simple home repairs. I get dozens of comments weekly from young homeowners saying I saved them hundreds of dollars. That feels better than any paycheck. 3. Cultivate a living classroom. Whether it's a backyard garden, a knitting project, or woodworking, choose an activity where you can. See daily progress, seedlings growing, scarves lengthening. Share the results, give veggies to neighbors, donate blankets. Teach others, host a grandchild apprenticeship day. Research shows that hands-on creative work reduces depression risk by 45% in retirees. But more importantly, it reminds you that you're still capable of creating, nurturing, and contributing. Part 2. Middle hobbies for purpose. You know, there's something magical that happens when we stop asking, "What should I do with my time?" and start asking, "Who needs what I already have to give?" That simple shift changed everything for my friend Eleanor, a retired bank manager who told me, "I spent 40 years moving numbers around. Now I move hearts, and it fills my days in ways I never expected." Let's dive into 2 more purpose-filled hobbies that prove retirement isn't an ending, but a reinvention. 4. The Encore Impact Project. This is where your lifetime of experience becomes someone else's lifeline. The most fulfilled retirees I know all have one thing in common. They've identified one cause that tugs at their heart, and they give to it strategically. Skills-based volunteering. Offer 5 hours per month of your professional skills to nonprofits. Micro-mentoring. Guide young entrepreneurs through organizations like SCORE Legacy Teaching. Lead workshops at community centers on topics you've mastered. Take retired pharmacist Ray, who noticed medication confusion at his senior center. He started offering brown bag medication reviews every Tuesday. "In one morning, I prevent more health crises than I did in a month at the pharmacy," he says. That's the power of the encore impact. Your expertise matters now more than ever. 5. The Curiosity Crusade. Here's a liberating truth. Retirement is your chance to explore all those interests you never had time for. But here's how to make it purposeful, rather than just passing time. Choose one. I always wanted to. Pursuit per season: pottery, birdwatching, genealogy. Set a contribution goal, exhibit pieces, lead nature walks, create family trees for others. Join a beginner's mind community where everyone's learning together. My neighbor Margaret took her first painting class at 72. 3 years later, her late bloomer art show raised $8,000 for Alzheimer's research. Turns out my shaky hands make interesting brush strokes, she jokes. That's the beauty of the Curiosity Crusade. You're never just learning for yourself. Why these work together? The magic happens when you combine these approaches throughout your week. Maybe you volunteer your professional skills, Activity 4, on Mondays. Work on your new pottery hobby, Activity 5, on Wednesdays. Document the whole journey, Activity 1, on Fridays. This creates what psychologists call purpose portfolio, multiple sources of meaning that adapt as you do. Part 3. Overcoming roadblocks and conclusion. You know, I had a heart-to-heart with my retired friend Frank last week that really stuck with me. He said something profound. Retirement isn't about filling time, it's about fulfilling your sense of worth. And that's exactly what these hobbies are designed to do. But let's be honest, even with the best intentions, roadblocks can get in the way. So today, we're tackling the 3 biggest hurdles to finding purpose in retirement and how to leap right over them. Roadblock number 1, I don't know where to start. This is the most common struggle, that overwhelming feeling of standing at the base of a mountain, unsure which path to take. Here's how to break it down. The 5-minute rule. Commit to just 5 minutes of a new activity. Often, starting is the hardest part. Reverse mentoring. Partner with a younger person who can teach you a skill, tech, social media, etc. It builds confidence in learning again. What's my why? Journal. Write down one small reason each day why exploring something new matters to you. Frank used to stare at his empty calendar, paralyzed by choice. Then he tried the 5-minute rule with woodworking. Next thing I knew, I was 2 hours into building a birdhouse, and I hadn't felt that focused in years. Roadblock number 2, what if I fail? After decades of being experts in our fields, the idea of being a beginner again can feel terrifying. But here's the secret. Retirement is your permission slip to be imperfect. Embrace wobbly beginnings. Like a toddler learning to walk, it's okay to stumble. Reframe failure as data. Each misstep teaches you what works and what doesn't. Join a beginner's club. Finding others at the same stage normalizes the learning curve. Take my friend Linda, who was afraid to try painting because she wasn't artistic. She started with abstract art, no rules, just colors. Now, she sells her pieces at local markets. Turns out retirement is the best time to suck at something new, she laughs. Roadblock number 3, no one needs what I have to offer. This one cuts deep. After years of being relied upon, it's easy to feel replaceable. But here's the truth. Your experience is a gold mine. It just needs the right outlet. Skill bartering. Trade your knowledge for something you want to learn, e.g., teach budgeting to a young family in exchange for tech help. Micro-volunteering. Platforms like Catch-a-Fire connect retirees with short-term, high-impact projects. Legacy letters. Write advice letters to younger people in your field. They're hungrier for wisdom than you think. Frank struggled with this until he started mentoring small business owners. One guy told me, "Your mistakes are my shortcuts." That's when I realized my old knowledge was someone else's fresh start. Bringing it all together. Let's revisit our 5 purpose-building hobbies. 1, memory keeping. Turn your stories into treasures. 2. Second career hobbies. Repurpose your professional skills. 3. Living classrooms. Grow, create, and teach. 4. Encore impact projects. Use your expertise for good. 5. Curiosity crusades. Explore what ignites your joy. And now, you've got the tools to overcome the roadblocks that might have held you back. Your first step. This week, pick one tiny action. Record a 2-minute memory on your phone. Email a local nonprofit offering 1 hour of your skills. Sign up for a beginner's class. And promise to laugh at your mistakes. A final thought: retirement isn't a shelf you get put on. It's a new season where you decide what matters. As Frank told me, I spent my career building a livelihood. Now I'm building a life. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these hobbies speaks to you? Have you found a surprising sense of purpose in retirement? Share in the comments. Your story might light the way for someone else. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more ways to thrive in retirement. Remember, the world still needs what only you can bring. Here's to your most purposeful chapter yet.